Hello everyone. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm going to be making some soap, cold processed soap. I want to stress that this is not a tutorial. This is simply me making a soap like I normally make, and I'm just going to record the process. So if you want to learn to make soap, there's some great YouTube channels such as SoapQueenTV that will teach you how. And there's a great book out there called The Soapmaker's Companion. That's really good. So one thing you do need to know is if you are going to make soap, you need to wear gloves. I've got these. These are like doctor style gloves, latex free. And you also have to wear goggles. I have to wear these big style ones. They make ones that are more like glasses. But because I actually wear glasses and have to wear those to see, I need these kind because they'll go and fit over my glasses. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on. Everything for the soap is pre-prepared. I've pre-prepared it all because I don't want y'all to sit here and watch me weigh out all the oils and everything. So this right here that you're looking at is all the oils. There's different oils like coconut oil, olive oil, castor oil, shea butter, sweet almond, different things like that go in here. And then I'm not going to give you my exact recipe because it's taken me years and years of experimenting to come up with it. And I have been soaping for years and years. And yes, I'm going to have to take a break for a minute. Okay, sorry about that. My sister randomly walked in, thought she had left. Anyway, so as I was saying, these are my base oils, and I am going to now put in some kaolin clay. This helps anchor the scent that I'm going to add, the essential oils. So, let's see, what did I do with that spoon? Here it is. So I've got my recipe over here so that I can see exactly what I need to add. And I need to find also one other thing that I'm going to need to add. Here it is. Okay. Alright, and then I need to add some colloidal oatmeal, and this colloidal oatmeal is different than regular oatmeal you eat. People ask that a lot if it's just ground up oatmeal. It's not. It's a powder like this, but it is different than regular oatmeal. It's not just ground up oatmeal. This is good for the skin and good if you've got some type of rash or skin issues. And then I'm going to add sodium lactate, which this just helps harden up the bar of soap. I'm making my soap today with goat's milk instead of water, and this will help. Even if you make it with water, sometimes the bars can be soft. I've found in my recipe, and so I just like to add this to help harden the bar up. Okay, now I'm going to use my stick blender, which is just, it's an emulsion blender that you would use for like soups or things like that. And get the spatula out of there. And you do what is called burping the blender, which is where you kind of get it and get the air bubbles out because you don't want air in your soap. And then you just kind of do it on low. You do it on low and then you just blend in the powders. Okay, now that everything is mixed in, it's time to add the lye water. Now the soap is going to go through a process called saponification, and what that is basically a chemical process where there will not be any more lye in the final product. So this is my lye water, which is actually made with, like I said, goat's milk instead of water. And I've never made it with goat's milk before, and for some reason it's gotten really, really thick, like ridiculous, like pudding. I don't know why that is. I've used other milks in making the lye water, and so I don't know why it's so thick, because when I used other milks before, it didn't get thick like that. So I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. It should blend up just fine, I guess. I'll go ahead and put it in. And then now I'm going to blend it up. And the combination of the lye water and the oils is what makes the soap. And you can see it kind of change color there. And that's the reaction of making the soap. And it'll go to what's called trace, which is when it starts thickening up. And I'm going for a light trace, which means the trace is when you can go like this and leave a trail on top of the soap. So the more it trails, the thicker the trace. Okay, well, I'm at a much thicker trace than I wanted, but it didn't want to all combine because of the lye being so thick, the lye milk mixture. So it's going to be okay. It doesn't really hurt it. So now I'm going to split it. Well, first I guess I need to add the essential oils. I'm kind of nervous on camera. So this is a mixture of lemongrass and grapefruit essential oils. So I'll add that in. And then I'm just going to stir that in because I don't want this to get any thicker than it already is. As you can see, it's starting to get kind of pudding-like. So I'm going to gently stir that in. And I'm going to be right back. I'll come back once I've finished that. Okay, so I've mixed all the essential oils in, and I've got my colorants, which I'm using these ones from Nurture's soap. This is a yellow vibrance. I've got an orange vibrance, and then I'm using this one from Brambleberry called Raspberry Mica. They're all micas, which are just a simple colorant that you can use for soap. So I'm going to go ahead and split this batch into three. The soap into three equal parts, more or less equal. I'm not going to weigh them out or anything. Let's see. Let's do about that much to start with. That's, what does that say, how much it is? That's 1.5 cups. Then let's try 1.5 cups on here. Let's see, where's the 1.5 cups mark? Right there. Ooh. Let's see. That's, be careful, I'm spilling. let's see, that's 1. I can't tell what that is. But this one still has a lot more than 1.5, so I'm gonna put a little bit more in here. And then a little bit more in here. And yeah, now these have way more. Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm trying to split it equally and I'm not very good at this. Clearly, not very good at this. Okay, that's more or less equal. So now I'm going to put the yellow colorant in this one. I mixed it with some sweet almond oil in this little cup. I just dumped it in so you can't really see it in there anymore, but now I'm starting with the yellow because that way I don't have to wash my spatula in between. I can just go from the lightest color to the darkest color. So I'm mixing it in. And it's not showing up that much because, I mean it is, but the batter is already kind of yellowy, so you can see there's the yellow compared to the plain soap. So not a huge difference, and I'm going to layer it from the pink, then the orange, then the yellow on the very top. And I've got a mold over to the side, so yeah. Okay, then I will put this aside for a moment. Then let's do the orange in here. So this is how I mix them. Just stirred it up in there. Let's do the orange. And I've used the orange and the pink colorant before. Or no, I've never used the pink. I've used the orange colorant before, but I've never used the pink or the yellow. So this will be like a test batch to see how those two turn out. Okay, the orange is a bit lighter than I would have thought. But it's still pretty. I'm not going to end up adding more. I'll just leave it. It's fine. Okay. And last but not least, the pink. Hopefully this one turns out nice and bright. Mix this one up. I thought lemongrass and grapefruit, you know, grapefruits are kind of pink with an orange rind, and then lemongrass is, you know, makes me think of lemon, which is yellow, so I thought these colors would be nice. And that pink is pretty. Again, a little bit lighter than I would have thought it would be, since it's so dark, but they do that sometimes. So there's that color. Real pretty. And I was hoping for a kind of reddish pink, not real light pink. I've got a real light pink colorant, or real light pink mica that's pretty, but I was hoping for a little darker, more reddish pink. So that's why I went with this raspberry color. Okay. So now that I've got everything mixed and all that, it is time to pour it into the mold. So let me grab the mold. Okay. Let me get rid of these cups real quick. Put them off the side. So let's see here. Here's the mold. This is from Brambleberry. It's called the 9-bar wooden birch mold or something like that. It's a wooden mold, and you can either use this liner. I can't get it out, it's kind of stuck. But you can either use this silicone liner, or you can line it with like freezer paper. And then it comes with, so that you don't have to cut the soap, it comes with these dividers that you, oh, this one goes this direction, that you put in after you've poured the soap. And then, you know, it lines, and there's another one that goes that way. And then if you decide to go the route with freezer paper, it comes with ones that go like this, 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 and this to put on the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and pour in my soap, starting with the pinkish red. I'm going to pour it into the middle. Sorry, I should probably pour from the other direction so y'all can see it going in, but I need my right hand to use this with the spatula. And one thing I should mention about soap is when you do soap, cold process and any kind of soap really, you need to use containers and products that are either stainless steel or glass, or you can use a special kind of scientific plastic, but I don't have that, so it's best to just stick with glass or stainless steel, because if you use aluminum, copper, or just regular plastic, the lye in the soap will eat through it. And so we obviously don't want that. So I hope y'all can see into the mold. Yeah, you sort of can. So now I'm going to spread this throughout the bottom of the mold in a pretty much even layer, as even as I can get it. I'm not trying to get the top of the thing completely flat, the top of the layer completely flat. I actually want it to be kind of textured. So I'm just kind of going across it like this to give it a little texture. Because when I'm not going to cut them because of the thing, but when I unmold it, you don't have to cut them because of those dividers, but when I unmold it, I do want it to have some, you know, depth to it. I don't want them just perfectly straight. So, where did that napkin go? There it is. Paper towel. So, I think it'll be fun when it's like that rather than straight. And it's real hard to get things like this perfectly straight in layers unless you're pouring when it's real liquid. So, yeah. Which obviously this is very far from very liquid. And then you have to pour it when it's real liquid, wait for it to set up so that you can pour the other layer without it falling through. And then pour the next one and stuff like that, so. Let's see here. I hope this video is interesting to you guys. I know someone said they'd like to see it, so yeah. And also, I forgot to mention that in the oils I put in here, one of them was the olive oil with the calendula that I posted a video of me making. The calendula infused olive oil that I made. One of the oils was that one. So this is going to be very good for your skin with the infused oil and all the oils I chose, plus the goat's milk and the extra of the stuff like the kaolin clay and the what is it, colloidal oatmeal. Sorry, I'm concentrating on this and I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second. Okay, so I'm texturing the top, doing the same thing, just kind of side to side. And this smells so good. Oh my gosh. I love the smell. And when you make these, you have to tap them down real hard. So I'm going to do that real quick and turn the video off because I don't want y'all to listen to the sound. It's not exactly pleasant. Okay. Let me move the camera up a little bit. All right, so, ooh, this is gonna fall off. Yeah, so I tapped it down real good, and the reason you do that is so that, especially when the soap is thick like this, it's so that you don't get air bubbles in the soap, because then when you, sorry, I spilled some soap here, I'm cleaning it out. When you unmold it, you don't want a big air pocket in there. I'm just cleaning off the sides so that when I get the next layer, there won't be orange on the sides. Yeah, because I want it to be perfectly yellow. I don't want there to be random orange spots. So I'm just cleaning that off real quick, because I got it all over. Oh, I hope my head's not in the way. Oh, a little bit, I guess. Maybe. Can't tell. Can't watch the camera and do this at the same time. Okay, let's see. Get the camera set up better. All right, time for the yellow. Okay. Hang on, I'm stirring it up a minute. Try to loosen it up some. Okay. Here's the yellow going in. The camera's a little in my way, but try to make the best of it. It's a little hard to do this on camera, I must admit. Just because I'm trying to make sure the camera can see what I'm doing and make sure I get everything. And when I'm videoing, I want to talk, make sure I'm saying what I'm doing so y'all know. Oh, great. Sorry, I can't answer that, and I've got to let it ring. Okay, sorry about the phone. I turned it off because I don't want y'all to hear the recording, because it obviously says our name. So I don't want y'all to know that. Yeah, I am making a royal mess all over the mold. I don't usually, this is a new recipe I'm trying, and usually it doesn't get quite so thick on me, I must say. And I'm also trying out this mold for the first time. I got it for Christmas from my parents, and yeah, I've never tried it before. So I'm gonna bang it down again, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm gonna texture the top, just the same wavy pattern real quick. Okay, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. Now I need to put in these, but I don't know, I need to put them together first so that they line up right. So let's put them together here. Okay, now let's slide it in. Oh, first I actually need to put some rubbing alcohol on top here, and I guess before I do that, I'm going to clean up the sides a bit again, because I don't want the soap to dry all wonky on top. And again, sorry if my head's in the way. Okay, so now I'm going to make this as straight as I can and slide it in. Put push it down into the soap. Try not to touch it. Touch the top of the soap so I don't mess it up. Okay, and now I'll spray it with the rubbing alcohol. The rubbing alcohol is 91%, and it's to help prevent something called soda ash, which is just this white layer of stuff that gets on the soap sometimes. And when it does, it doesn't hurt anything. It doesn't really affect the way the soap works or anything, but it's just not pretty. So there we have the soap. It looks really nice. It's gonna look great once I unmold it. So this is the end of this video, and I will bring you back when I unmold it in another video. Yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out so far. I'll have to wait and see once I unmold it what it looks like. So now what I do is, now if this was a regular soap, what I would do is it comes with this top, and you can see the little ridge there. I would put this on like this. Oh, that's weird. It doesn't fit with the liner in there. Odd. So I'd put it on like that, upside down I guess. And just, ow, sorry I hurt myself with my goggles. I'd just let it sit like that so that it would go through what's called gel phase. And that makes the colors brighter and nicer looking. But because it's a goat's milk soap, I'm going to put it in the fridge to help prevent gel phase, because gel phase makes the soap heat up more, and you don't want that with goat's milk soaps. So I will be, and I'm not putting the top on it because that will make it heat up more. So I'm gonna go put it in the fridge overnight, and tomorrow I'm gonna check on it and see how it's doing. And if it's ready, I will unmold it tomorrow. If it's not, I'll wait a couple days and then unmold it. But regardless of when it's ready to unmold, I will video it and show you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and blessed be. Thank you.